My mom invited me to a quick dinner with family. She pointed to the back table and said I could sit there. They needed space for the real group. I nodded and slipped my card to the server. 20 minutes later, my dad shouted, "Why is it over $1,700? My mother has two families, the one she shows off and the one she hides. I'm the one she hides. I was born when my mom was 19. She wasn't ready for a kid. She told me that constantly growing up. She married my dad when I was 2. He adopted me legally but never treated me like his own. When I was 6, they had my brother Kevin. When I was 8, they had my sister Allison. That's when I became invisible. Kevin and Allison were the real children. I was the mistake from before, the reminder of a time my mother wanted to forget. Growing up, they got birthday parties with themes and guests and cakes. I got a card with $20 if my mom remembered. They got new clothes every school year. I got hand-me-downs from cousins. They went on family vacations. I stayed with my grandmother because there wasn't room in the car. I moved out at 18, worked 2 jobs through community college, transferred to a state school, got a degree in accounting, built a career, bought my own apartment. I did everything alone because I had no choice. I'm 32 now. Kevin is 26 and still lives at home. Allison is 24 and works part-time at a boutique while my parents pay her rent. They never worked for anything. They never had to. Last month, my mother called out of nowhere. She said she wanted to have dinner. A quick family thing. Nothing fancy. She said it would mean a lot to her if I came. I was suspicious. She hadn't called me in 8 months, but some stupid part of me still wanted her approval. Still hoped maybe things had changed. I said yes. She told me the restaurant name and time. I showed up 10 minutes early. The place was nice. White tablecloths, candles, not cheap. I found my mother near the front with my father, Kevin, Allison, and about 12 other people. Aunts, uncles, cousins, people I barely knew. My mother saw me and walked over. Her smile was tight. "Oh good, you're here." She grabbed my arm and pointed to a small table in the back corner, near the kitchen. "You can sit there. We need space for the real group." I stared at her. "What? It's just easier this way. You don't really know anyone here anyway. We'll come say hi later." She walked away before I could respond. I stood there for a moment, looking at the big table full of family laughing and talking, looking at the small table in the corner with one chair. Then something clicked. I smiled. I walked to the small table and sat down. A server came over. I ordered a drink. While I waited, I watched the big table. They ordered appetizers, lots of them. Shrimp cocktails, crab cakes, fancy salads, then entrees, steaks, lobster, wine bottles that cost more than my first car payment. Nobody looked at me once. I finished my drink and ordered another. Then I called the server over. I handed her my credit card. "I want to open a tab for that table over there." She looked confused but took the card. An hour passed. They kept ordering. Desserts now. More wine. My mother was laughing at something my father said. Kevin was showing off pictures on his phone. Allison was taking selfies with cousins. I was invisible, just like always. When the server brought my check for the 2 drinks, I signed it. Then I walked over to the host stand. I pointed at the big table. "That group over there. The older man in the blue shirt is named Richard." I gave his full name. When they asked for the bill, charge everything to his name. The host looked uncertain. I handed her a $50 tip. She nodded. I walked out the front door. I sat in my car in the parking lot and waited. 20 minutes later, my phone started buzzing. First a text from my mother. "Where did you go?" Then another. "The bill is wrong. They're saying you opened a tab." Then a call from my father. I answered. His voice was loud. "Why is this bill over $1,700? I leaned back in my seat. "I don't know, Dad. I was sitting at the back table, by myself, like Mom told me to. I didn't order anything from your table." He sputtered. "But you gave them your card." I gave them my card for my drinks. 2 cocktails, $34 total. Whatever else is on that bill came from the real group. Silence. "You invited me to a family dinner and made me sit alone in the corner. You didn't introduce me to anyone. Mom literally said she needed space for the real group. I was never part of this family. You made that clear my entire life. I just finally accepted it." I hung up. The messages kept coming for days. My mother called me ungrateful. Kevin said I was pathetic. My father sent a long email about how I ruined his reputation at his favorite restaurant. I didn't respond to any of them. Last week, my grandmother called, the only one who ever treated me like family. She said she was proud of me for walking away. She said my mother had been wrong my whole life. I cried for the first time in years. I spent 32 years sitting at the back table hoping someone would notice me. Now I'm done hoping. They can pay their own bills from now on. That $1,700 dinner was the cheapest lesson they ever learned.